Nobody can afford T Swift tickets.
Oh my god,
I
it's all
wish
over
I could.
it's all over TikTok. Like they were live streaming her concert, and from what it looks like, you don't want to be on the floor.
What do you mean?
Well, she's got this big ass like stage, right, and it goes all the way out, right. But I think it's so tall that you can't see everything. It's so high up. I think that you're better off being just off the floor, like a few rows. I think you see more if you're off the floor.
Okay.
And then the obstructed view seats, it's just literally like you're watching a screen. You can't even see the stage. It's obstructive view. You can't see the main stage, but you can see the part that goes out to the
So
rest of the stadium.
the nosebleeds are worth it for her
The,
tick
the
for her.
nosebleeds are worth it for her. Yeah, I think you get the full view because she's got this whole humongous screen. It's pretty. It's a pretty big setup,
That's
but I think it pays off to get the nosebleed sections. Honestly.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, welcome to another episode of the Hoosier Nerds podcast. We got Mikey,
Yay!
we got Old Man Chris,
Boo! He's an
and we
asshole.
got the good looking Chris.
I'm just full of lies today.
Hey, my mom says I am a cutie.
She says you're special too, right?
Exactly. She
Yeah.
says any woman would be lucky to get me. Isn't that right,
hey.
Kimberly? She's
My
not
mom
listening.
says that too, but I mean, the three times I've tried and failed miserably, she hasn't caught on yet.
Um, so I watched a new movie on HBO Sunday or Saturday. I can't remember what day it was, but I need to talk about it because I'd seen like clips of it on like YouTube or somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw some clips of it. But it's called The Menu on HBO.
Oh, is that the one where the guy like cooks people or kills people or whatever?
Well, he doesn't cook people, but
Oh,
basically, it's about a cook who like reached the peak of like the peak. Um, he
sorry.
has he does like one meal. He cooks like one meal, but it's like a 7 course meal every month, and it's like $12,000 a head.
Sounds like
Um,
an Italian like
basically, yeah,
dinner. It's just like
but
going to
it's
somebody
like
from Italy's house.
every meal has like a theme or whatever, and it's like you got to think about the meal, and like it's cooking, and it's like God, I'd be, it's like one little thing, like the fancy meals you make fun of when you see pictures of it. That's like a 1 ounce steak, but you're supposed to love it because it's like $1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is. It's like a 7 course meal of that. But as it goes, things start happening, and like, you tell it's kind of weird, and then when it gets really weird, is a one of the cooks kills himself, and it's they don't cook him, but it's the theme of that course. And then things start happening, and basically you find out that the cook got tired of people, the people that when he got to like the height of the height where he was at, he learned like how mean and dirty, corrupt that world is. So he got like the most corrupt people that he knew for this meal and killed them all. And he let
Oh,
one
that's what he
person
does.
live. So one guy got invited to the meal, but his girlfriend broke up with him, and that's the main girl is his backup date. She got to live because she didn't deserve it, and she also found out that he hadn't loved cooking since he was had a hamburger store or hamburger restaurant. So she ordered her last meal was a hamburger, and like when he was cooking throughout the rest of the movie, he stern face or whatever, when he was cooking this burger and french fries, he had a smile on his face. So it was like she found out that he hasn't loved cooking since his hamburger
Well,
stand.
you can't cook a hamburger and French fries without a smile on your face. Oh, I understand. I relate.
But it's a really good, like, if you want to watch, I don't want to know about a horror movie, but like a movie that kind of makes you think but's kind of scary but also kind of funny, this is your movie. Because it's not like it's scary, like psychological scary, not scary like oh my god, like there's a monster coming scary. I would give it 7.5 French fries out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, I have to think about it.
It's, I think it's about 2 hours. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's about kind of the perfect length. And it's the first movie that I have watched that actually references COVID.
Well, there ain't too many of them out there, is there?
No, there's one little quick line, but I recognized it. It was like, "We kept you open during COVID." So one like the a person who's gone like 12 times to this meal said to him.
Aha.
So it was like, huh. I didn't think about it until I heard it. I was like, I don't think anyone's referenced COVID in anything I've watched yet,
South Park.
other than South Park.
Yeah, that movie's been on my watch list since I saw it.
It's
Yeah, I
good.
saw
I
that it was
suggest
on
it.
there. I just haven't. I didn't know if it was any good or not. And
You're hearing it from me. 7.5 French fries out of 10.
okay, hold on. What do you give Avatar 2?
Avatar 2. I think I give it 6 weird blue tails that you have sex with out of 10.
So this is slightly better.
I don't like these scales.
But yeah, I liked Avatar 2. It was fun. It was a good movie. It wasn't, it might have been a little too long, but it wasn't the type of too long where it dragged type of too long. Avatar 2, I think I've said it before, I talked about the movie before, but it was long but wasn't too long. That's what she said.
That's right.
All right. And then I wanted to bring up something. I know Mikey is excited about it, or was, or should be, but I don't know if his computer can play it. And I don't know if Tim, I know Bo was wanting to play it. I think he said that you want to play it or have played it, but Diablo 4.
Oh yeah, Diablo.
That
Excited.
game looks awesome, and I am excited for it. I didn't get to play it because I didn't pre-order it, and I didn't go get a double down. But I watched videos for it all weekend when I got
I didn't want to pre-order, or I didn't want to go and get it because it was just for this weekend anyways, and then it's gonna be for next weekend, and then it's still gonna be another month and a half before the
It's
actual game comes
June
out.
7th it comes out or something like that.
So I'm totally fine with just waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it next week. The open beta, but I don't want to. It's so much money to pre-order. The game is $70, and I don't feel like spending $70 now on that.
The same amount of money to buy the actual game if you're gonna buy it. Really
I
doesn't
know.
matter.
I don't want to spend $70 right now. I got other things I need to spend $70 on. I've already reached my. I gotta save up my gaming money allowance that I give myself.
I haven't even seen anything, any videos or anything for it in the longest time. So it's it eases my anticipation for it, I guess. I knowing that I can't play it except probably on the Xbox, but I haven't seen anything for it, so it's I don't have that urge to play it so much.
I'm hoping it's gonna be crossplay.
It is. It's completely crossplay between all platforms, so we all can group up. And you guys have Discord now, so we can all get into a Discord and play.
Yeah.
I was talking to Bo in his stream. He got to level 20 before he had to stop, and he said it was amazing.
Yeah, 20's as high as you can go.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So,
I watched a few streamers when I had a chance over the weekend.
Level 20 and the first chapter.
I think that's how Diablo 3's beta was. You can only max out a certain level, and it was only the first chapter. I just hope this launch isn't as bad as Diablo 3's launch. You remember that shitty ass launch, Mikey?
I never.
Yes. Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself.
what happened was they didn't anticipate as many people, Tim, as like that got the game, and you legit could not play the game for like a week.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, it took like a week or two. But I remember I still had to wait because I didn't have the power supply to run my computer or something.
Oh yeah, I
So I
remember that.
had to wait a little bit till I bought that power supply and hook it up and stuff. But yeah, it was literally like a couple weeks before I even sat down and played it.
And I remember I beat it. I went through one run through, and I was like, I wasn't feeling it. And then what was it? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Mikey, me, you, and Brad, and I think Nick, we played the crap out of it for a season or two, and it was really fun.
I mean, once Reaper of Souls came out, it was
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Reaper of
That's
Souls made it so much
that's
better.
the difference. Because like I never played the vanilla version of Diablo 3. I bought the Reaper of Souls Game of the Year edition.
Mhm.
So it came with like everything.
Did you guys ever play the resurrected one, Diablo 2?
I did a playthrough of it, and then they didn't. It reminded me of all the issues it had. Like the inventory system was kind of poopy, and
Yeah, right. Yeah.
it was like, oh yeah, I remember all the things that Diablo 3 actually fixed, and
Uh-huh.
I got my money worth out of it. I think it was only like 30-40 bucks, so I definitely
Right.
got my money out of it. But
Yeah, like I
and
think I only played like the first act, and I was like,
yeah,
yeah, it sounded good on paper, but once you like started playing it, like you said, it's like, oh yeah, I wonder it's not as good as I once remembered.
mhm. You got to remember, when did Diablo 2 come out?
Probably
Diablo 3
like
came out like 10 years ago.
it had to come out like
I think
2006 or something.
I think Diablo 3 came out like almost 10 years ago. I think
Yeah.
Diablo 3 was like 2012.
Diablo 2 was 2000,
Yeah, that's
and then Diablo 3 was 2012. So that game was out. They do about 12 years between games, it seems, for Diablos. So that's okay. I just hope this game doesn't have the launch issues, because that would really kill it for me. And I think I'm going to get like the special edition where I get the first season pass for free, which is like an $80 purchase at that point.
I mean, what's 80 compared to 70, really?
I
$10.
know.
$10.
That's why
Yeah,
I don't really,
I
I'm
just
not
thought I'd throw that
really,
out there.
I don't really care that much like that. Games went from 60, like a lot of games going from 60 to 70 because it's been a long, long time since games
Yeah. I
went up.
remember
It's
games
been
were
a good,
40.
yeah, that was back in like the mid 2000s.
Mhm. And I know we argued a bit in the group chat, but the production value of games has gone up so much. I know they still don't pay game developers, what they should do. At least, the floor jockeys. I don't know if it was our group chat or somebody else's group chat, but we were arguing about it. I was like, the amount of people they have to hire now though costs so much, and the advertising costs so much. So they need to, but they didn't at the same time. If you look at how much like games that are still make, so I don't know. I just hope this game. Did you guys ever play the Diablo Immortal, the app game that was also on PC and
Nah,
console? I think
yeah.
I
No.
played. I played like the first act. It was microtransaction hell, and I really hope that this one Diablo 4 it doesn't have many microtransactions. I'm not against like microtransactions in the sense of like
I mean, I don't mind for like
cosmetics,
cosmetics and shit. Yeah. You want to charge
but
me for cosmetics? Go ahead.
but hey, you spend $10, you get double XP for a month or something. No, that ain't worth it. And I know there's not a lot of like this game isn't like PvP, so it's not like you're gonna get an advantage, but I get competitive with freaking single player games. When someone says they're further than me in the story, I get competitive and have to catch up.
You never do. You'll never catch up to me. Don't worry.
Yeah, I will. Anyways,
I'm a full-time Destiny player, and I'll still beat the shit out of Diablo.
I know you're a Destiny 2 pro.
They did make the game. They
yeah,
made
Diablo.
the game a good bit harder.
Oh wait, I was gonna say Diablo. Bungie Bungie makes Diablo as well, right?
Mm,
No,
No.
it's Blizzard, I think.
Blizzard.
Yeah,
Blizzard.
Blizzard
Okay.
Activision.
I knew it was B. I knew it was. There's a B somewhere.
Doesn't Blizzard or Bungie or someone own each other?
No, I
Maybe
think
one.
that's
Bungie is owned by Sony.
yeah. They just bought them.
Yeah. I remember that was a whole big thing. People were throwing a fit, but Activision or Call of Duty is Xbox owns Activision now.
Do you guys remember your first computer game?
Yes.
Okay. What was it?
Yes. I do.
My dad had a computer and he had it was like one of the Top Gun games and it was so much fun.
I think I
I remember
remember like playing like it's either like a math game, like when I was in school, and it was like the simplest thing,
mine
or it was like
was the same.
101 Dalmatians, and you read the puppy and collect bones and stuff. That was awesome.
I think it
Mine
was
was-
Top Gun Fire at Will or Top Gun Guts and Glory. No, it was Top Gun Danger Zone. Sorry.
Mine was IndyCar racing. Surprise.
Not really.
That was a cool game.
It was. I bet.
It was ahead of the time. You could like change. You could like they give you like a baseline of your car, but if you want to make it faster, you can make all kinds of crazy adjustments. And boy, if you moved it too much the wrong way, you got in the wall. It was pretty legit for its time. This is late '90s, so.
Have you played any of the other like latest IndyCar games?
There isn't one. There hasn't been one since 2006, 5, 2005. There hasn't been. I mean, they're on Forza. Like you can play it on Forza Motorsport, like on Xbox, and I think you can play it on Gran Turismo on PlayStation. But
They got a game coming out this year. It looks like
they're supposed to, but it is the shittiest gaming company making the game, and they went bankrupt, and there's all kind of issues. So like, there's like nobody is excited about it whatsoever.
oh, there's no hype around it.
No, I mean people are wanting it, but whoever they got is like, I can't remember the company. Yeah, it comes out.
Hold on, I can look up the company right now. It's Motorsport Games.
Yeah, they're really bad, and I guess they're having all kinds of issues.
Their website is so bare bones that it kind of makes me
Yeah, I'm nervous that it's going to be shitty. Like,
What about iRacing? You know what that is?
yeah, I know what iRacing is. That's like, might as well like buy a freaking go-kart and go racing, because speed costs money. So the more money you spend on iRacing, and you got to buy, it's kind of like, you got to buy multiple. You need 3 screens. You need a super fast
It's like
computer.
a full sim setup.
Yes. Then you have to buy a rig. You got to buy a comfortable chair, or you buy a chair. Buy a full rig. And then you got to buy a really, really good steering wheel. And my nephew does it. My nephew Joe, he does it.
Do you actually have to buy like each vehicle too?
I don't know that you have to do that, but it's my issue with the motorsports games. And that's why I kind of like playing Forza. And my issue with simulation is majority of racing is feel. It's how your car feels. You can feel it pushing. You can feel it car sliding. When you drive your car, it's all about feel.
Yeah.
Especially. So when you're on a simulator, it's hard to recreate that. So, and it's the braking issue, like on a road course or street course. I don't think it translates. I mean, I know it does a little. If you go to the Honda simulator, obviously that's real legit, and race car drivers do have legit rigs. But I'm not big into iRacing because I wasn't that good at it. Because it's not feel. It's really weird. I would think it's. I have an issue, and I think a lot of people crash and have issues in it because you can't feel the car sliding. You can't feel it. By the time you see it going out of control, it's too late. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
So, yeah, motorsports games. This was January 6th. Motorsport and Insider Gaming has learned that developers from the company are threatening a lawsuit over unpaid wages.
Oh gosh, that's never
Yeah.
a good sign.
The constant ignorance and lack of communication from motorsports games has left the employees to request that if all debts of the companies to employees from the NASCAR team were not paid by January 25th, a lawsuit against motorsports games would be filed. I think they did the NASCAR game, and the NASCAR game was really, really shitty.
I
So-
remember there was a run where the NASCAR games were like legit some of like the best games out.
That was EA Sports, though. So that's why.
And we all know what happened to EA.
It's in the game.
It's in the game.
Nothing.
But yeah, this motorsports games, I guess, is really shitty. So I can only hope for the best, and then I expect IndyCar racing 1999. You know what I mean?
They might as well go to the used game store, like the secondhand game store, and be like, "Hey, do you have like the 1995 version?"
I mean, who makes the Formula One game?
I don't know.
2K? Maybe?
I think it is 2K.
Yeah, I think it is too.
They're like the only other sports company I can ever think of.
No, it's EA. F1 is made by EA.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 16 and I haven't upgraded because those things are freaking expensive. But I mean, I can get one for $15.
I don't know.
F122, I can get it for $15 at GameStop. But those are real. Yeah, EA Sports. Yeah, they're really good games. I wish IndyCar would get that made by EA, honestly. But
Speaking of sports games, you know what? Madden needs a competitor. You guys remember like the ESPN 2K football games?
how were those? I never played the ESPN.
They were better
games.
than Madden.
Really?
There was
Madden's
one.
essentially the same game every year, except
Yeah.
team upgrades.
Yeah, you pay $60 for a roster update and some minor updates. That's
I mean, I feel like that's true about all of the EA's games, though, like FIFA, NHL, MLB.
Remember
like, they're all-
college though, dude? That college football game was.
they're coming out with
awesome.
They're coming out with a new college one. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I
It's
used to love them. I used to love running the NCAA games. They would
Yes.
come out before Madden, and then I
Yeah.
would import my character into Madden.
Yes.
Yeah, they just need to come out with Blitz again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blitz was awesome.
Where you
Is
can
that like the football version of that basketball game where everybody dunks?
Yeah.
and-
True. NFL
yeah, you
True.
can have like big heads or something. Or,
Yeah. Is that essentially the same thing?
With the game breakers. You guys remember the game breakers?
Yes.
Shatter the backboards.
The play is dead, then you suplex somebody. Oh, I wanted to bring up something. So, for our 3 listeners, probably don't know this, but I found a random kitten in the Planet Fitness parking lot not the Planet Fitness parking lot, but at Planet Fitness I was leaving, and at the Big Lots next door, because there's always a Big Lots next to Planet Fitness.
Is there a Chinese restaurant like next to your?
No. We only have one Chinese restaurant in town. It's all the way across town.
Okay, I was
Um,
wondering. Maybe the
there's a-
cat escaped from it or something.
There was a little kitten meowing, and I couldn't help but to pick her up, and I brought her home, and now we have a little kitten. Well, hi there. You heard me talking about you. We're stuck. Because our other cat is named Biscuit. We're trying to do gravy, but gravy didn't really roll off the tongue like we thought it would.
Why don't you name it Cheddar?
Name it
Cheddar?
sausage.
Cheddar.
Right
Sausage.
now we're in between mozzie for mozzarella and bean.
Cheddar. Like cheddar biscuits, like Cheddar Bay biscuits
What
And
about sausage?
from the Red Lobster. Ooh, sausage is
Well,
good. Yeah.
Sausage.
no, because sausage is a boy's name, I think, and it's a girl. Oh,
Hey,
big stretch.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
But no, she's a little
And
tabby, and probably gonna have long hair, and hopefully she's not a jerk like Ari. But Ari's a cutie.
No, Ari's a jerk. He's a butthead.
On the butthead.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm calling in shenanigans on Ticketmaster.
Okay, what about Ticketmaster now?
Okay, so I was trying to get Cure tickets, right? Did you hear about the Cure ticket fiasco?
No.
Okay.
Cure as in like a band,
The
CLU.
Cure, yes.
The Cure. Okay.
They're playing in Chicago and they're playing in Cleveland. So they went on sale Wednesday to verified fans, which I didn't know anything about. Now I know about. But anyway, so they kept their tickets cheap. Like there were sections like good seats were only like $100, decent seats were 75, and the cheap seats were $20, right?
Okay.
So like Robert Smith, lead singer of The Cure, came out and just railed on Ticketmaster because their ticket fees were $25 a ticket
What?
for a $20 ticket.
Somebody's making some money.
Well, Ticketmaster ended up giving like refunding a part of the fees back. But I went on Friday to try to buy tickets to the Chicago show, right?
Yeah.
And I'll pay $75. It's secure, you know. And it's first comes first serve. Well, some of them were $75 seats, and then I would click on it, and it would say, "We're securing your seats now." Then it would come up in a box that says, "Those seats have been taken by a fan. Please select again." Then it would jump you to $50 seats. I did this for 15 minutes, jumping back and forth, and all I kept getting was another fan has purchased those tickets. Now you're secure. I pushed the button. You're supposed to be securing those tickets for me.
Yeah.
Why are my tickets not getting secured?
I was gonna say,
So-
as soon as you click on those tickets, it should
Yes.
save that one for you until you say like no.
Exactly. I did that. I swear to God, Chris, I'm not lying. I did it 15 minutes, and then the show comes up sold out.
I would have been pissed.
I was so pissed off, and I'm like, I don't know how many different tickets I chose, and I only asked for 2 tickets. You know, that's all. It was just
Yeah.
and I could not purchase the tickets. I'm calling shenanigans because I think they're selling them as pre-sale. You know what I mean? Already, like
Yeah.
when you go in and you can buy tickets off an individual.
Yeah.
I think Ticketmaster's already purchased them
I bet they have too.
and then reselling them. I think they're reselling them for profit
They do.
because there's no reason. I have never had an issue ever, even like in like the shitty days of buying tickets when internet was dial-up.
Oh,
Have I had an issue like that? Like I bought tickets dial-up. What we get? We get good tickets for dial-up. I'm trying to think.
so not to change the subject, but you made me think about it. We were one of the first people to get high-speed internet. So it's also when eBay got big. My dad loved it because he could snipe eBay
Yes,
deals
I
so
love
quickly.
sniping. That was so much fun.
It was so easy back when mostly everybody had dial-up, so
Yeah.
you instantly got it.
Well, you
You
would
wait
think.
till like a minute and you're safe.
Well, and that's the same thing. Why wouldn't Ticketmaster be any different?
Yeah.
Like I said, even with dial-up, I've never had an issue with people quote unquote purchasing the tickets ahead of me. If I push on them, and you're securing them, those tickets should be mine.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not getting tickets. We didn't get tickets to Disturbed, or not Disturbed. We're going to see Disturbed. We didn't get tickets for
The Cure.
we didn't get tickets for The Cure. As much as I tried and tried. And I'm gonna watch the secondary markets and kind of gauge how much they are and see what it's like closer to the show. People panic when it gets closer to the show, so they'll lower their ticket prices.
Yeah,
But
they're not making their money, so you might instead of like $50 over, it's like $5.
right. So I'm doing that. We got tickets for Paramore, so we're seeing Paramore. We're going to see Disturbed and Breaking Benjamin, and then they just announced, Sum 41. Who was it? It was a Simple Plan, Sum 41, and Offspring are playing Deer Creek.
Never heard of them.
You've
I know
never
the
heard?
Offspring, but the other ones I haven't heard.
You ever
of.
heard of Simple Plan?
No.
Seriously?
Never heard of Simple Plan, Chris?
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare.
I know
Simple
that
Plan.
song.
I think that's Simple Plan.
Yeah, that's Simple
Even if
Plan.
it's not, he knows a Simple Plan song.
Yeah, he knows.
Don't-
Simple Plan.
Well, that's how I am. I know songs. I don't know like bands. per
Did you
se.
see American Pie 2?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you've heard Sum 41.
Okay. I love American Pie. I need to rewatch those movies.
What was it? What was the song? Is it not In Too Deep? I'm in too deep. Oh crap. Oh shit.
Do you like your ears scratched?
I know you know Sum 41.
In Too Deep, I think, is Sum 41, right?
What?
I think
Yeah,
In
In Too Deep is Sum 41. But then they've got another one. Yeah, Fat Lip.
Fat Lip, yeah, that's the other one.
I don't want to
Those are all
waste my
pretty-
time. Become another
are pretty good.
casualty of society. That one, that's Fat Lip.
That's a good song.
Okay, that's Sum 41. That's why that's a good concert.
What is happening over there?
So, and then I think
wild
we're gonna go see Clutch. You guys ever heard of Clutch? I've heard of them. I
No.
don't know if it's
Yeah,
Clutch
I've heard
and
of them.
Dinosaur Jr. They're playing at the Murat.
Graceland. Quit
So,
touching stuff.
we got a busy summer of concerts, but they're all like cheap tickets. And here's the stupid thing: I can buy, because I checked, because Hank Williams Jr. is playing at Deer Creek too. After fees, I can buy. I can go to TickPix and buy tickets in
What
the
are you
Pics,
going
dick
to?
pics.
not
What are
Dick-
you going to? Oh my
Tick
god!
Pics.
Yeah,
TickPix. TickPick. TickPix.
Chris is looking up dick pics.
I'm looking
yeah.
at Dick. Anyway,
heard it
so
first.
you can get tickets cheaper there in the lawn than you can with Ticketmaster with their fees.
That's why I use SeatGeek.
Because TickPix is the fees are already wrapped up. It's all together. So whatever the price is that you see the ticket, that's how much it costs you. So if it says $35, it's going to cost you $35. It's not $35 plus fees. So there you go. And also, Chris, Kokomo's in state championship boys
Yeah.
basketball
Don't care.
at Gainbridge.
Don't care.
I'm going. Got to cheer for my old high school.
Yeah. I hope they lose.
So, shut up.
They're going to.
You're going to get surprised on your wedding day, pal.
They lost one
Oh,
of
yeah.
Oh,
the senior.
really?
I'm gonna be dancing. I'm gonna be dancing in a thong on your wedding table.
You're gonna
I
be
wonder who
surprised
they-
at his wedding.
wonder-
Don't you worry.
Well, remember last week you're going to be dead.
Yeah. Well, I'll dance first, and then I'll be dead.
It's
okay?
gonna be a red wedding.
Yes. I'm gonna be like that dude from Jackass, that goes around and just strips off his pants, starts dancing in a thong. Get on top of the wedding. Get on top of the wedding party table.
Did you guys? I wanted to kind of bring us back to maybe some nerdy stuff. Did you guys see the new announces for guests at Comic-Con?
Oh yeah, Shannon Doherty's gonna be there.
Yep. Shannon Doherty, Tim Daly.
Daly.
He was
Tim Daly. Some wings.
Daly. Okay,
Yeah, Tim
I don't
Daly.
know. There's no I, so it doesn't
There's
make
that
sense.
It's
Family
like
Guy.
Connor Daly, dude.
He was on Wings. Was
Yeah,
that
he was
the
on
was that
Wings.
the thing? It was the two pilots? Yeah, they were both
Yeah.
pilots.
They were brothers. That was a great show.
Wasn't there a funny guy? His
Yeah.
name is I can't think of his name. I'm trying to think of the Family Guy episode. He's like his name is something.
Hyde.
He's so
Not
random.
Hyde. It's like Hyde, but it's not Hyde.
And then the other two they announced was
the guy that
Phil
played-
Lamar,
It's the
who
guy
was
that
Samurai
played.
Jack.
It's the
Yeah.
guy that played Sandman in Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. That's why he looked so familiar.
No, that's the other guy. The guy he's talking about. Not.
That's why he looks familiar, because he's the guy that Tim's talking about. Gosh.
I'll be going to PAX this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow with Bo.
Yeah, he played Lowell. Lowell was the funny guy.
Are you gonna, Tim, who all's gonna be there at PAX East?
I don't really know. I just go to buy useless things.
Well, if
You
there's
could have went to
any,
Connecticut.
World
Didn't they have
Warships-
like a '90s con up there or something? Or was that in Connecticut?
I don't know. I just go to PAX every year with Bo.
What's that?
I'm looking at the guest list right now. There
Somebody
ain't nothing.
canceled.
I'm looking at PAX East right now.
Oh.
I guess it's more like streamers and YouTubers than like anything else. So
Like I said, I just go for the merch booths anyways. So
anyways, that's okay.
Yeah, Curran Walters postponed. So did Tom Welling.
For ours,
Yes.
that's okay.
I've got the Playboy with Shannon Doherty in it, so I can get my Playboy autographed.
yeah, you have a Playboy full of dick pics. You know.
You know what,
Tick
guys?
pics.
We should do like a theme cosplay for all of us this year.
We say that every year, and then we don't.
I know, but we should it's just something easy. I'll be the command yellow or orange. Y'all be my red shirts.
Dude, I watched
Or we all
Galaxy
can be
Quest.
Flash.
Speaking of red shirts, I was watching Galaxy Quest last week.
Oh, I saw that. I wanted
That
to watch
movie
that.
holds up.
It does.
It's so freaking funny. It holds up really well.
I mean, especially with Alan Rickman.
Yeah, he's great in it. But the thing was, oh shit, what's his name?
Isn't Sigourney Weaver in that
Yes,
too?
Sigourney Weaver's in it. Yeah. Tim Allen. Also Dwight Schrute is in it too. He's got a bit
the
part.
alien guy.
Yes, Tony Shalhoub's in it. Sam Rockwell's in it. Justin Long. But Sam Rockwell, he's excited. He wants to go up on the ship, right? But then he finds out that his character in the show has no nickname, so they know if they send him down to the planet, he's not going to come back. And he's like he's all mad and crying about it. What's your last name on the show? And he doesn't have a last name.
It's this bullshit.
That's a great movie, though.
Weren't they talking about making another Galaxy Quest?
Yeah, but how do you do it without Alan Rickman?
I mean, that's like another good. I feel like another movie that holds up is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it
What is
does
it?
still. Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh,
Did you ever see it, Chris?
Says
Chris?
one Chris to another.
I think I
know.
saw Paul though. I do like Paul.
Paul is great. Paul still holds up too, but anything with those guys is hilarious. What?
That's my imitation of Seth Rogen.
Oh,
He's Paul.
Seth Rogen's overrated.
He was funny before he got like uber political. Now he's not funny anymore.
He was funny before he got uber popular.
Everybody's funny until they get super political, and then they're not funny because they're just beating a dead horse.
They are. That is true.
They don't know when to stop.
And they instantly lose. We've talked about it before, but you instantly lose half of your
You
audience.
lose half of your audience, unless
Unless that's how you started, then
you got to
keep
be
your
like
audience.
South Park and just offend everybody.
You just got to play both sides. That's all I got to do.
As I said, you got to play both sides.
Make a joke about one side, just make a joke about the other side.
That's why Bill Maher makes sense now, because he's playing both sides.
Just piss off everybody. Easy enough.
That's the way to do it. I don't know. I think that's all I've watched. I watched 12 hours. I just watched racing all weekend. I watched all 12 hours of the 12 hours of Sebring.
I mean, you probably sat at work and watched most of it.
No, that was Friday. I watched that was the World Endurance Challenge race. That was on for 10 hours. I did watch it, and then I finished watching it. That was 10 hours. So I watched 10 hours of racing Friday, 12 hours of racing Saturday. Then I watched Formula One and NASCAR on Sunday because there wasn't anything else on. And I watched Purdue lose.
I love that. That is hilarious.
Yeah, but then IU lost.
I know.
They played
But-
like crap.
But Purdue was the first ever number 1 seed to lose to a number 16
No, the
seed.
second.
Yeah,
I thought they were the
second.
first.
No,
No, there was another one. It was like a couple years ago, I think.
yeah. There's only
Oh,
been.
I think it was right before COVID, maybe like 2018.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I
I
remember.
remember that now. But anyways, it's hilarious. I
think it was even
don't like
them
Purdue.
or something like that too.
I don't know. And then, so that's what I did this weekend. So I didn't watch any kind of sports or anything. I mean, any kind of sports. I didn't watch any kind of movies. What
It was a pretty
Friday?
good. It was a pretty good basketball game on last night. The Knicks game.
Are the Pacers in the playoff hunt?
I don't know.
I'm actually curious. I didn't expect the Pacers to be good this year, so I haven't been paying attention, and then they're good. So
Well,
I just
yeah, but
quit
then
paying. I just
then
don't
they
pay
go on
attention.
like an 8-game losing streak, and they're terrible. They're very up and down.
But they're very young.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about him. So
The Pacers are 12th. They're 32 and 40, but that's okay.
32 and 40.
They just beat the Bucks a couple nights ago too.
They'll get there.
Well, they got that really young kid. I can't think of his name. Dante or something. It starts with a D, I think.
the D, aren't you?
Not like you.
O'Shea Brissett, Chris Duarte,
I'll remember it when I see
Miles
it.
Turner, Benedict Mathurin. That's who you're thinking of.
I don't know. They drafted him this year, and he's been
That's
like
Benedict Mathurin.
okay. I was gonna say he's like a rookie, and he's like setting the league. He's setting like the Pacers on fire right now.
Yeah, that's Benedict Mathurin. That's the
Okay.
guy.
I thought it was Chris Durante also.
Chris Duarte.
Yeah, Duarte.
Nah, Mathurin's he's the guy. He's the one they can build that team around.
But knowing them, they're not gonna build around him, and they're not gonna pay him. So
No, they'll pay him, and then he'll want to go to like the Lakers.
Yeah.
Or somebody else.
Did you see
and then he'll
Paul
disappear.
George opened his mouth and was like, "I still got fans in Indy." I'm like, "No, you don't."
You don't.
He could have been the. I know no one wants to be the next Reggie Miller and not win, but he could have been the next Reggie Miller, and
I mean, I thought Reggie Miller's career is still doing pretty good without winning any championships.
Yeah.
So.
Well, at the rate it's going, Paul George isn't going to win a championship either.
That's fine.
Oh well, we're only a few more years away from not having to hear about LeBron in the league anymore.
Yeah, but then you have Bronny. He's going to get Bronny.
Well, the thing is he's not going to retire until he can play with Bronny.
Is Bronny even that good?
Yeah, he's good.
I don't
know if he's
that
good. All I've ever heard is how good he is. But I don't know if he's.
I think that'll be really fun.
Well, that's ESPN hyping him, but is he really that good?
I think he's supposed to be pretty good, but I keep watching. Like I remember back in the day, like I watched. I think it was on Twitter. Somebody was like, the everybody trying to make like highlights ruined AAU and everything because no one plays as a team anymore. It's all one on one,
Yeah, it does.
and it I remember when I played basketball, it was like, you actually cared about your team. Now it's like I don't care.
That's why
they're just ends to a mean.
that's why college basketball's better.
Yeah.
And high school.
I mean, to
Yeah.
a degree. I don't enjoy seeing teams blown out by freaking 40 points.
No,
Me neither, but I don't want to see a 145 to 136 game either.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather watch that game of all offense than 90-40 blowout where like one team's like not even trying.
I like
At least the
I
high
like
school
college
games
and high
are, like,
school because
entertaining
like
to watch.
the kids are actually trying. Like it's not like the pros where they take
right.
games off. And
Go
don't
Cats,
say they
win
don't.
state. Go Cats, win state. They're going.
Who do they play?
They play Ben Davis, and
Let's go Ben Davis.
Ben Davis is undefeated. Why are you
Actually,
hating
I
on
don't. I
Kokomo?
think I'd rather Kokomo win because I don't like Ben Davis.
Nobody likes Ben. I was gonna say nobody likes Ben Davis.
What city is Ben Davis from?
Indianapolis.
Indy. They
Oh,
got
really?
the home field.
Yeah. Well,
They,
it's
actually,
like
they are. Yeah. I mean, they're playing. Well, we got tickets in the freaking nosebleed section. That's all that was available. The upper section.
Oh, you're going?
Hell yeah! It's Kokomo.
Kokomo went the basketball team went to state when I was a senior, and
Is
they
that when
lost.
they lost?
Yeah.
Is that when they had Brad Seabury on there, or Brad? Is that who it was?
Yeah, I think they had
I went to school
Seabury.
with his dad. His dad played in state
Yeah.
championship.
I think he was on there.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah, that game, dude. That was. I watched that game online, and that game was horrible officiated. They called Kokomo for everything. So,
Probably
hopefully,
happen again.
I'm hoping they just let him play.
What do we got? The Kokomo broadcasters over here? Jeez Louise.
No,
Well,
I remember it was Dan Dawkins.
Kokomo players got called off for everything. I mean, the rest didn't know
They
what they were
in
doing.
that game they were. It happens a lot in state. It just does.
Well, the problem is that there's a lot of home.
There's a lot of homer
homers.
refs. Yeah, that's the issue.
And it can't be
And-
helped. It's high school.
Right.
You
So-
can't get Big Ten teams. You can't get the
yeah,
Big
you
12.
can't get Kentucky. You can't get Kentucky refs to come up, and
Yeah.
hopefully they just let him play. I don't know. That Flory Badinga gets really, really good. He's like one of the best players in the country.
Did you guys hear Calipari might be out in Kentucky?
Seriously?
He hasn't had a good season. Lately.
I saw him at a Kokomo game.
Yeah, he was there scouting that one kid.
Yeah, Flory Badinga. Yeah.
His brother's talking about coming to Kokomo now.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
He's a junior. He's got one more year, but he could go anywhere he wants. So hopefully he stays at
Is
Kokomo.
he a junior or is he a junior according to his?
No, he's a junior in high school. He's a kid.
Well, let's
He looks like
remember a
he looks
lot
like
of
a-
these kids that come from Africa are have faked. It comes out that their things are fake. Their birth certificates.
I would think that in my opinion, as I
They
mentioned,
got to be from Africa.
I'm not because he is.
He is.
His name's Flory Badinga. He's an exchange student.
That
And he's from like Nigeria.
Yeah, he's like from Nigeria or something. Yeah. I would think that the IHSAA would look at that.
Well, they do. There's a guy that came out and they banned him because like they found out he was actually like 28 years old.
But I can
trying to
remember
play in high school.
when my dad was in high school, and so Jimmy Rail was on the team. My dad went to high school with Jimmy Rail, right? So Jimmy Rail was the best player in the state of Indiana, hands down, right?
Yeah.
They went to state and they lost in '59. My dad was a senior and Rail was a senior, and he swears that the guys they were playing were not high school kids; that they were men.
I mean, did you guys read about that? There was a woman's. I can't remember. I'm gonna assume it was high school because I don't think it would happen in a college game. But it could have been college. I'm not sure, but it was a women's basketball game, and the coach or assistant coach suited up for a game and like went
What?
out there and played a game.
I didn't hear
Was he-
about this.
Was he a student coach?
No, it was
Just
it was like a 28-year-old coach. She just went out there and played. I don't know why.
Oh, I remember hearing about that. Yeah. I think they were like they had a lot like not a lot of players, so they thought, she was really young or looked
Yeah,
young, so they thought she could get through or get
so,
by.
yeah,
yeah,
get away with it.
Kokomo played Crispus Attucks. Or Indianapolis Addicts is what it says. But he swore that those guys were men. He's like, they were huge and they had mustaches. Those weren't boys. Those were men.
I went to
And I wouldn't doubt it, back then.
yeah. I went to some of Kimberly's games I went to all of our home basketball games for pep band that they had. And there's some guys out there with like full ass beards and they're in like high school. What do they feed these kids now?
I don't know.
Heck, I
can't tell
remember
you.
like the first kid in my class that got a mustache wasn't until like sophomore year, and it was like a big thing, and all it was like the pencil stash that
Yeah,
looks like
peach fuzz, right?
yeah,
It
some
was all
peach
peach
fuzz.
Yeah, I remember those guys. I had a friend in high school like that, had a mustache.
Thought they looked good, but all it was it made you look weird.
Yeah, it was just a peach fuzz mustache. That's all it was. But no, I would like to see Kokomo win. They haven't won a state championship since what, 61?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that that was
Tim,
when they won, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Tim doesn't
61.
understand. High school basketball is bigger in Indiana than almost anything else. There are nicer high school basketball gyms than
No, than
pro
anything
gyms.
else.
Like there's gyms in Indiana for high school that are like 50,000 people.
No,
I
it
mean,
ain't that big.
I know. Hold on.
you got to be pretty
9,000 people.
stupid to like NASCAR. So it's right there next to it. High school sports.
So I'm looking at the top 10 or top 14 list of largest high school basketball gyms.
Yeah.
All but 2 of them are in Indiana.
Yeah.
And the other one's in Dallas, Texas. Okay.
What are the ones in
Probably
Indiana?
Jerry Jones. I bet Jerry.
What are the schools?
Seymour,
Really?
8,200.
Seymour
Really?
Access, the dog.
No.
East Chicago, 8,000.
Okay.
Newcastle,
I knew
almost
Newcastle was up
8,000.
there. Yeah.
I didn't know Richmond, but Richmond, 7,700.
Yeah, Richmond's got a big gym. I knew that.
I always drive by and it looks big. I just have never gone in. Marion, that's a nice gym. 75,000. 7,500. My bad. Elkhart, 7,300. Michigan City, 7,300. Gary, Lafayette, Southport, Washington, and Columbus.
Really?
Number 6 is Dallas, and number 14 is Arizona.
Really? Kentucky is out of the top 10, huh?
Out of the top 14, at least.
Wow. Yeah, Kokomo's only what, like 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah, I've been.
That's still big. That's a
I've
big
been to
gym.
Newcastle, Marion, Lafayette.
Dude, Southport has a beautiful gym.
Is it?
Yes.
I want to look this up.
Is it Southport? No. Is it Southport? Is it Southport? Not Southport. Is it Southport? It's where Trace Jackson went.
That is a nice gym, though.
Trace Jackson and Davis.
Have you been to Frankfurt? Their gym's really nice too.
Is it? Yeah, I heard that too.
Home of the hot dogs.
Sorry. So no, Center Grove, not Southport. Center Grove. Center Grove is a nice gym.
Isn't Center Grove like a really like bougie school?
Dude, yes. Dude,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just major.
Okay.
like you walk down like this hall, and it's like going through like a college campus, like with all the sports,
Mhm. That's a
championships they've
nice
won
gym.
and
Gosh.
trophies. Yeah, Center Grove's a beautiful gym. It's like freaking high school. Lawrence Central. That's like High School Musical.
My sister played basketball with somebody, and I think she went to like a Division One team, but I forget where it was. It was like some. It wasn't like a big Division One team, but it was like a team that could get to like the March Madness. And she came back and was talking to my sister and was like, "Yeah, our gym was nicer than this gym, or like the facilities at Western
Did
were
you see?
better than."
Have you seen Fairleigh Dickinson's gym compared to where Fairleigh Dickinson played? They beat Purdue compared to Mackey Arena.
No, it doesn't look like a high school gym.
It looks like a high school gym. Like it's that small.
Oh my gosh. That is nuts.
So, yeah, basketball. Yay! I'm excited. I hope for the kids they win.
Well, you always hope for the kids.
I
hope everybody has a good time.
I got to go to some concert for the Memorial Gym on Thursday for the kids. The Winter Showcase. Thursday at 6:30. Then I got to pay to get in. I can't get in with my my status of being the equipment driver or a chaperone.
Boo.
I've got to pay to get into this one.
Boo.
So.
All right. Anybody have anything else?
No. Hopefully, I see Scream this weekend.
All right.
I want some ice cream this weekend.
I saw
Dude,
Scream.
I want a shoot. What?
I saw Scream a couple weeks ago.
How is it?
It's pretty brutal.
Without giving it away, is it good?
Yeah, I've never seen any of the other Screams. I've seen parts of them. Like they kind of, it's kind of cool because they go through all the other what they call him,
Ghostface.
Yeah, they go through all the other Ghostface killers and like costumes and stuff, and people. They bring back some of the people that survived.
Yeah, I might go Friday night.
But like the deaths and like it's pretty like brutal and gory and like I didn't think it was like gonna be
I
like
heard it
that.
was a darker version of than the other ones.
Yeah.
So,
Like it was funny like when it first opened up and then like it starts playing, I'm like, she's gonna die first. Or he, whatever, you know. But I was like, yeah, that person's gonna die first, and I was like, I was right. But
yeah, I want to check it out. So I might go Friday night.
pretty bloody. I like it.
Depends on if my sidekick is able to go. But I think she will. So bring the kid.
Anybody have a shower thought?
I don't.
Never trust a man in a wheelchair that has dirty shoes.
Those guys ride the Charlie, dude.
I guess it could. Well, I guess sometimes they can scoot their feet.
That's
But
what my grandpa did, but
yeah,
There was a guy that had
mean,
an electric scooter that would ride the trolley. That it was his wife, but his wife died, and he took over the electric scooter, and he didn't even need the electric scooter.
yeah.
So it just made you kill time and get behind at the trolley stop. Then he would take his scooter downtown and then plug it in, and it would sit there all day, and he would charge it.
is that a old Stinky that you pick
Yes.
up over there on
Pick up
North?
there by Woody's, yeah.
Oh my God. Guys, you don't understand how bad this guy smelled. It was raining and like 40 degrees out. I had him on my bus. I opened my window and stuck
Like
my
a
head out
wet
that
dog.
window. He smelled like, he'd spilt beer on himself, never took a shower in like 5 weeks, and pissed himself all day long.
That sounds pretty rank.
And I remember it was when Carol got hurt, and she was on my bus, and he got on, and she was like, she legitimately said, because I picked him up at North Street, dropped him off downtown, picked him up again, and took him to like across from the KFC or whatever. And then he motored his way back downtown, and Carol legit, when we got back downtown, he was back downtown by the time we got back from dropping him off. And Carol legit went to him and said, "Really? What the F?" And I was like,
I had a guy do that. I dropped him off at Maine and Markland, right?
yeah.
And he took his bike with him, and I was getting ready to pull out to go the other direction, and he got there right when I was closing the door so he could go the other direction. I'm like, why the hell are you riding a trolley? You ride your bike everywhere. Like, it made no sense.
I said that to somebody one time. I was like, "You got a bike. Why aren't you using it?"
I didn't.
And it was legit just so they can carry more crap.
Stupid people.
I miss people. I miss the buses, but I miss the people.
I miss the people too, but
I mean, I would hope you guys miss the people. There'd be like a lot of dead bodies everywhere. Jeez.
Well, now I was bitching to Chris about it earlier today. The stinking offices are starting to make me real mad, because I had somebody that needed, like, Friday sent in for diabetic medicine, like insulin, like metformin.
diabetes.
Still haven't gotten their refill as of today when they called me. So yeah, that kind of made me.
Yeah, but I guess in the office's defense, why these people wait until they're completely out of pills before they call?
I know, but at the same time, it's Friday and and now it's Tuesday. They could have sent it in.
Well, if the doctor was off Tuesday or off Monday, then that's where the problem comes up.
The doctor wasn't, so.
I was just saying.
I know. You're being devil's advocate.
The devil's. What would you call me last week?
The devil's crack.
The devil's butthole.
Yeah, the devil's butthole. Which is where I'm gonna stab you.
That's what you threatened to, like, kill him or something.
Yeah, I was threatened it multiple times. Then they called me the devil's butthole after we got off the thing. So
was that not on recorded?
I think the devil's butthole was afterwards.
Yeah, devil's butthole was not recorded, but now it is. So being the devil's butthole,
Public.
Very dirty.
Ugh. I bet it's hot there too.
And the devil's butthole.
Yeah, hot, steamy, and
hot and smelly, and it's very.
I bet there's dingleberries
very,
too.
very, very anally in there.
What is happening to this podcast?
hot,
Anyways.
hard, Dad.
Anyways, before we get banned for something, you can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Hoosier Nerds on Facebook. You can watch and listen to us on YouTube. You can also catch us at your favorite podcasting websites and networks such as Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and Amazon.
In your mama's house.
And your mom's house.
And your mom's house. That's right.
And your grandma's house, because your grandma's a gilf.
Oh my gosh.
And your dad's a gilf.
Who's your nerd?
She knows who your nerds are.
No.